to 2025. I'll be your host, A60, and we're about to start off a brand new year. And I felt like the best way to start off the brand new year is to start it off with my two boys, Trey and Jayden, who are now doing a lot of sports and keeping me very busy and their mom very busy. So I felt like to start off 2025, I think it'll be a perfect situation to just start with them first. And we'll be talking about a little bit of everything. We'll be talking about sports. We talk about school. We're talking about, pressure being a teenager and playing sports and schoolwork because everybody's different on how they handle things. So I definitely want to get their opinion on, being that they're teenagers now. And like I said, they've been doing a lot. So it'd be perfect to just start off the interview process with them. And they had nothing to do today, so I felt like we could just do it anyway. Been wanting to do it for a while, but I think now is a good time to do it. Um, Shout out to everybody who's always tuning in. Special shout out to the Elite Learners family, Al and Kamara. Thank you for always supporting me. Uh, Salute to all the old timers, and I hate to use that word, old timers. We'll be coming back this year again for another game. Um, shout out to the old timers, Kev, Tony, uh, Dwight, my man Will Speedy, Seven, Mr. T, Jamal. And when I say old timers, I mean everybody that's affiliated with St. John's Kingston, Magic Munch, of course. Can't forget the Queens, Renee, Regina, Bita, and I'm sure it's a whole bunch more that I can go on for days about, the history of St. John's Kingston, women's softball, men's softball, and that's just the top of the earth. Fatty, rest in peace, T.O., of course, because none of this would be possible. Just the thought process of putting this together, it all started with him. So, and I just the one that ran with it and decided to just get everything documented. So we're gonna move forward with it. Shout out to Dagger and the Queens Defenders. Their basketball program is doing great out there at Queens. I see you doing major things. Shout out to Dagger and Heather, doing good things. JC1 Printing, of course, you already know. Can't wait to get back up there, to do more things. And then there's quiet people on the side that help with A60. And I want to say, shout out and salute to everybody that help out. The Oliver family, of course, always been there from day one. So my another level guys, definitely got to give salute to them. You already know where we stand. So without taking up too much time and energy, because I know they're sitting on the sideline just waiting to get this done. And they probably feel like I forced them to do it, but I thought it'd be fun. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring in the two spoiled kids, Trey and Jayden. Trey and Jayden Pierce. Hold on, boys. I got you. Just give me a second. There's Trey, and there's Jayden. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, don't be nervous now, Jayden. Don't do that. You was talking big. You was talking big talk, and now you have it, and it's about to go down now. What's up? How y'all doing?
Just good, Just I just been laying in my bed all day, so I haven't really done anything. So
Perfect kid life. Jayden, what you been doing?
The same.
We went over this yesterday. What I said about those one.
Get up to eat breakfast. I came back and laid down.
Okay. Uh-oh, Jayden went out again. Jayden, what you do?
Yeah, everything went out. I can't hear anything.
You can't hear nothing?
How did this even happen?
Go back out and come back in, buddy.
Dude. Trey.
Yeah.
Tell them to log back out. Is your battery dying?
I don't think it has to do with the battery.
Sometimes it does. Trey,
Yeah.
since we're waiting for your brother,
Okay.
let me ask you a couple of questions.
All right.
When did you start playing sports?
Oh, I started playing, like, I really got into sports like around the age of 3 years old, because that's, or like a little bit before, yeah, like around there, because that's when like I was doing like little pee-wee soccer, and then that's when like I first started basketball, obviously. So around there.
Around there. Did you like soccer?
I mean, it wasn't like bad. It was just a good way of like getting energy out and just having fun overall, having something to do around there.
Mm-hmm. And then did you feel like, when you played soccer, that you thought that that was something you was going to play for a while, or did you think that that was just, you were just doing it because you was just doing it?
Yeah, I think it was just something I was just doing just to do it. Like, I don't think that's something I could see myself play for so long. Like, if I did stick with it, like, I'd be pretty good, obviously, because most of my time would have gone to that.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it just didn't seem like at that time, like, I wasn't really growing up around that. So it's not something I saw myself doing.
Oh, okay. Jayden, your screen went black again. So you're going to have to figure out what's going on, or you and Trey going to have to be in a room together or something. So try to figure it out. See if your mom can help you. So when you started doing soccer, when did you decide that you wanted to play something else?
Oh, like probably like after that season ended, because I didn't like choose to like do soccer. Y'all probably just put me in it, and like I just went. Like I know y'all would make Jayden like go to the game sometimes, and he'd play and like win or go to 2 games. So like it was just like once I like decided like I really wanted to do basketball, like that's when we really like started doing sports. Like soccer was just something to just keep us entertained, like and keep us moving.
You started with baseball first, and then you all of a sudden decided you didn't want to play baseball. You got to the third grade and you decided to say, I'm done. Why?
I don't know. I just didn't like being in the outfield. Like when I was like at third base and everything, like, and I was doing cool stuff. Like I was actually, because I wasn't bad.
No, you
Like
wasn't.
I was third base. Like, but once they like moved me to outfield, and it got like playing in the cold, and it was like all that. Like I just didn't want to do that.
Okay.
It's like it's easier to
Jayden,
just get inside.
it's still black, so you might have to come in the room with Trey.
It didn't even say that he was on the thing for me.
Well, I can see it. I can see it. Like, see, it's black.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, see, I can see it. I can see it, but I can't see.
You can see him.
Yeah.
Jane, did you close out Safari?
Yeah. So, hurry up and get back on, Jay. Quincy, I want to do something with Sabian and QJ too. Just want you to know that. And then Abby, I want to do something with your kids as well. So I'm going to do that segment. So Trey, now you was really good in baseball. I don't know. I know you said you didn't like it, but then they moved you to the infield. You like playing third, I think, because you like to just. I think you just wanted to throw, and it was easy process of teaching you, and like I said, you playing third was different. Like you could throw. You had a very good arm. You a good hitter. You was learning. You was fast. That was easy. But I wish you would have stuck with it. You got 15 now. We could be rich right now. We could be rich right now. And you said you started doing basketball when?
Like around like I really took it like that's like we really started playing like 4. Like I would say like PSA. Like obviously we had that BI like that first BIQ team. It wasn't like all that, but like once we moved to like Crush, that's when it kind of like got a little bit more serious. And then the BIQ team after that, when we started actually traveling for tournaments.
But you was traveling with somebody else too.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you was. What was that other team? D4L?
What? I don't remember there being a team like that. I only remember that BIQ team.
Nah, you remember the D4L team you play with? And I can't remember his name though. I can't remember his name. The young coach. Remember we went to San Antonio with them? And they had the big
That
kid.
was BIQ.
That wasn't well, it was under BIQ, but remember y'all switched names eventually.
It was
No games.
At first, there was like jerseys. It was like something. Because I know we had like red and gray jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
And then we switched to BIQ.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: when did you start taking basketball? Yes, Mark. Abby was the Mark. No, Mark.
Yeah, that's BIQ.
Yeah, but he had his own organization too.
Yeah, I know. It was something before and we went to BIQ. I know. I remember that.
Oh, okay.
It was just the same team, so like.
Yeah. You remember? When did you start taking basketball serious?
I wouldn't say I have an exact point, but like probably once. Like I got past like 3rd or 4th grade because like that's when it gets more seriously. That's when it gets more serious, and kids aren't just doing it for like fun anymore, and kids aren't doing it just to do something. Like that's when everyone's like starting to like take it seriously and like starts working on their game, and So I'd say probably around that point in time.
You were still playing around at that time, in my opinion. You was playing, but you did work hard. You did work. That's one thing I didn't have to do. You like going to practice and you like working. That's something nobody can never say you didn't want to work. But I guess the other question is, what was the influence of you working so hard? Was it the stuff you saw on TV? Was it because remember you've been around basketball for a while, but I guess when did you start getting out there? What happened?
Nah, I don't know, James. Just trying to get into my room.
Oh, there you go, JJ.
Can you disconnect your headphones?
But is your stuff really not working?
Yeah, mine's not working. So disconnect your headphones.
Bro,
I guess you're gonna have to back up and figure out how to sit next to each other.
Just do it on your phone.
But then you can't see me, remember?
I still can't see him. Back up so you can both be on the screen together. Or turn the computer to the side or something so y'all can see each other. Hopefully your bed is made.
What's the problem, man?
You can't
Yeah,
see.
turn it to the side. Jayden, get in the screen.
It's fine. He doesn't even see me right now. He's not interviewing me right now. He's interviewing you. Just disconnect your headphones or everything.
What'd you say?
You said that.
All you gotta do is turn the computer and I can see him. I can't see him right now. What are you pressing?
I had to turn off my Bluetooth.
Oh yeah, so I can hear him. Yeah. But I can hear him, but Jay, you gotta get in the screen, Pop.
Get like a chair or something.
No.
Yeah, get in the chair and sit behind him or something.
What chair?
Grab a chair.
I don't have any more chairs.
Get one from like the kitchen.
Okay.
Get a chair from your room.
He doesn't
There's
have
no
a
chair in my room.
He doesn't have a
Get a
chair.
chair, bro. Jesus. That's your brother.
Yeah.
So where did you get that work ethic from?
Oh, just being around basketball, like, because I was around, like, most of the time when I would be with you, like, I was always around, like, the older guys, and, like, I would practice with them, especially, like, being around, like all the high schoolers, like, Terrence, like, Daniel, like, just all of them, like, that I can remember. It was just, like, fun, and, like, seeing how, like, they were so good just made me want to, like, work to get on their level.
You think by them, the older guys pushing you, made you that much competitive because they pushed you?
Yeah, I would say, like, scrimmaging them, like, doing drills with them, it just made me always want to get better, like, to just beat them out in, like, drills that we did. And they would just help me do better in competition against people my age.
Jayden, welcome to the show. Jayden, why you did not want to play no sports at a young age? You just wanted to have fruit snacks and goldfish.
I don't really know. I just didn't think that there were no like sports that I thought I would be good at, and there were no sports that I really liked. Like when Trey was playing basketball, when he was playing baseball, all that, it just didn't seem like something I could do that I liked that much.
Why you don't think you can do it? Because he was doing it? Like, why do you think he?
Well, because Trey was really good at it, and I didn't think I would be good at it.
Well, 2 is better than 1. I mean, you if you had started when he started, y'all would have been right on the same level. You just really didn't want to play anyway. Like we would try, you like no. I think you in baseball. I remember us getting you the cleats, and you said, "Dad, I don't want to wear the cleats. I'll just wear sneakers. Wear my regular shoes." And I was like, "Jayden, come on, you can't be on the field." And you was actually really good at baseball.
I just didn't feel like doing it anymore.
I think because it was too hot.
He didn't want to do anything.
Yeah. So here's the thing, Jayden.
Mm-hmm.
Why within the next year, the whole year between 7th and 8th grade, that you decided to run track, you decided to do basketball, and now you're on a top level volleyball team. What was your mindset? What changed? Like what changed all this?
So at the end of 6th grade, they had the coaches go to our school and talk about all the sports we could play in 7th grade, stuff like that. I didn't want to play any of them, so I just wasn't going to be in athletics. But all of my friends were doing athletics, so I wanted to have a class with them. And then to be in athletics, you had to do a sport. I wasn't going to do football or basketball, so I decided to run track. That's how I started running track. And then I went to all of the volleyball games that year to like support my friends and stuff because they would ask me to go. Mm-hmm. And I thought it would, and one of my friends, she called me, she wanted me to help her practice. And so I just grew to like volleyball through that. And then for basketball this year, the basketball coach came up to me and he said that my speed would be good for basketball. So, and he like kept pushing me to try out. So I tried out and I made the team.
So your friends motivated you and we couldn't. Okay. Do you feel like it's a lot of pressure on you because Trey came out of the box really good at the stuff that he's doing? You feel like you had to live in his footsteps?
Yeah, I did for a long time because none of the coaches would call me by my name. They called me by my last name, which is because of him.
I call my last name too sometimes. Like, okay, sorry.
I don't think they know my name.
No, I mean it's fine. It's fine. We watched you play a couple of games this year, and you like, and this is just my opinion. If you would have played 7th grade, 8th grade would have been easy. It'd have been a lot easier because I watched you. You run you very fast, but you play defense and you rebound. That's how Trey started. Trey started playing defense first. The goal with Trey was, like I told him, and I wish I would have got you on that same regiment, was we're going to learn how to play defense first. Then we're going to learn how to dribble. And then we're going to learn how to shoot. Shooting was the last thing. I wasn't worrying about that. So if I'd have got you on that regiment, it'd have been the same thing. You rebound really good. You jump very high. I don't know if you jump higher than Trey. I don't know that. That's something that we can work on. But definitely, you jump really high. I've seen you grab some rebounds. I'm like, oh my God, this dude jumping pretty high up there. Volleyball. It's been a year turnaround. Actually, it's been very much a year that you was doing that PSA team, like really PSA team. And now this year, you literally on one of the top teams in Texas. That's crazy. How does that make you feel? That 1 year turnaround. You started volleyball like last December. Now in January, a year later, you on one of the top teams in Texas, and you're doing really good and won a championship.
Well, I mean, it's just development and coachability. I was very coachable, and I absorbed all the information that my coaches would tell me what I needed to work on and what I needed to get better at, and I just apply that, and that's how I am today.
Why are you laughing?
Nah, I just thought that was like really like advanced. Like I wouldn't think Jayden would say something like that. Like that's kind of crazy to me.
Call me dumb.
This is not. It's not.
But Trey, let me go back to you. You, in the process of you doing basketball, you happen to also pick up football.
Yeah.
And what made you go into football? Which I would say this on camera right now. The goal was for you not to never pick up a football, never play. And the reason being is me and your moms had made a decision that we saw how people were getting hurt from football. And we did not want you to play and play football. Now, we've seen you play flag. It's totally different than putting on some equipment. So when she eventually said you wanted to play in the 7th grade, of course, we got into a little argument. I said, what happened to the rules? We said that, and that went out the window. Of course, I lost because you eventually played. So what made you go into taking football a little bit more seriously?
I feel like it was like more like I just wanted to do what my friends were doing, because like at that time, like all my friends were talking about, oh yeah, like we're gonna play football, like football season's gonna be fun, blah 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 blah. And I was like, I mean, like I might as well just do it with them. Like I've already played flag football, so I kind of already know what to do mostly. And then so I was sick on my birthday, so I couldn't even go to the first like couple of days of football tryouts. But then I went that day, and I did pretty good during tryouts, and then I ended up making A team, obviously, and kind of just stuck with playing it because like I was pretty good, like 10 touchdowns first season, and then I had 10 8th grade, and then I had like 15 9th grade season. So kind of just something I could just do now, not having to like worry about it. Just gives me something to do like during the week, because I definitely didn't like off season in 8th grade. Really, really boring. And in 9th grade, like I don't want to do basketball off season. Just like so, it just gives me something to do like on nights. So yeah,
When you 7th grade, how many touchdowns you had?
I had 10.
And then 8th grade,
I had 10. So 10 I had 20 throughout both seasons, and we had like 10 games.
wait, 7th and 8th grade, you had 10.
Yeah,
Oh, what you had in 9th grade?
I had like 15 or 16. I could count. I have it on my phone. Here. I had to make sure I had it down.
Okay.
Hold up. I had 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 13. Yeah, I had 15.
15.
Yeah.
Are you gonna play again next year?
Yeah.
Oh, you made that commitment. What made you? Because you was changing. You was like, I'm not playing football.
Because I didn't like my coach, but like my friends are doing it. Obviously, again, it gives me something to do on Friday nights instead of me like watching people in the stands. Like I like when people like watch me play. So I just want to go out there, just like it also gives me a good chance like for schools to look at me just as an athlete in general. Like it might not be for football, but like I could definitely like get on their radar for athleticism, and then they could like come check me out, obviously, because I'm a basketball player. So it just gives me more looks, gives me more opportunities to show myself in front of coaches.
Jayden, what are you gonna do with volleyball or track? Because now those are the two primary sports that you're doing. We know basketball is just an option. Are you gonna play? Let me ask you: are you gonna play 9th grade basketball?
So I would say no, but I want to see how track goes for me this year first.
Okay.
Because I did good at track last year, and I want to do a sport in high school to be in athletics. So I want to see how track goes for me first before I just, because whatever sport I do better at this year is the one I'm going to make in high school, is the one I'm going to choose to play in high school.
Is volleyball on that top of the list? Because you seem to be very good at volleyball. I've watched you play volleyball, bro, and you seem to be very excited about that. Now, track, I get it, but volleyball, I see you out there like you're really doing your thing.
I'm gonna play. I'm gonna do the boys volleyball club in high school, or I'm gonna try out for it and see if I make it. Still don't know what like position I'll try out for, but I'll definitely try for it. I don't plan to make it like as much as I usually would because of the like way taller people than I am, older people that may not have like as much of a chance to make it.
Well, don't let your height distract you from trying out or making the team, because that has nothing to do with it. I want you to understand that it's the guys with the most skill. Even though some of these coaches want the taller guys, but you are an athlete, and that sometimes can carry over because you can do multiple things that some people are just stuck at doing one thing. So you got to make sure that you're just driven that you're going to make that particular team. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So my next question for both of you, because you're both student athletes. Now, Jayden, I'm going to ask you because you got a lot on your plate. You like the president of this or president of that and URL and all this type of stuff you got going on. How is that? How can you do both? Manage to be in sports and get your work done and be the president of all these clubs. How do you balance all this and still get good grades?
Oh, well, good grades to me is like just pay attention in class. But it's easy to balance it because none of my stuff overlaps really. And if it does, then I just choose like go by how far it is on like the priority list. And with being NJHS president, I haven't done anything with NJHS in a while because I haven't gotten any emails or stuff like that. And we haven't done a food drive in a while. But UIL was also easy because it was only one weekend, and I don't know.
So is it hard or is it easier for you, or you don't think it's a lot on your plate?
It's easy. Like I feel like I have a lot of free time still, even with doing all of that.
Okay, Bala. Okay. Trey,
Yeah.
same question for you. Because I know you.
Uh,
We go back and forth with this all the time.
You're an ABC student.
I actually have A's and B's. Don't do too much.
Mhm.
Anyways, that it isn't in particular. It isn't like hard,
Mhm.
but like sometimes it could get a little like struggling. But I always find a way because like the more, well, obviously like the more y'all get on to me, like the more like I yes I focus in class and I try, but like sometimes obviously my grades are gonna slip because that's just part. That's
Put
just
your
part of
headphones on.
that's just part of school. Like it just happens. Like it's I mean unless you just never like get a bad grade on anything. But
You focus
I
with your.
obviously I obviously have so and I obviously work on it. Like I redo tests. I go in. I just try to maintain my grades of an AB honor roll student because C's aren't gonna like get me as much as A's and B's would. And obviously, mom always tries to tell me, she's like, you always try to make your grades higher than the rest because these kids could be just as athletic as you, and college is gonna like look at your grades when they're trying to like scout for people. So that's just something I try to remember when I'm like doing homework, like in late at night, like after basketball games, like, even when I don't want to do it. But I just try to maintain every honor roll student. Just go to class, pay attention, don't do anything dumb. It's really good.
Now let me ask y'all both this question, and I'm gonna start with you first, Jayden. Do you think that it's a lot of pressure on you to be good at sports because of your brother?
Yeah. So last year, a lot of my friends told me this that before I started doing track and before I started doing any sports, they said I was a bum and they thought that I was nothing like Trey, that I would never be like Trey, and that the coaches had too high of expectations for me. But
Mhm.
obviously, they can't say that now.
There you go. There you go. But Trey, how do you feel that your brother feels that way? Do you push him? Do you motivate him? Do you talk to him? You're like, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I'm kind of happy that Jaden's finally like coming out of that shadow and he's finally like starting to do stuff on his own. Kind of makes me really happy, like from him being at all my games. I might not go to a lot of his games, but like when I do go to his games, I always make sure to like cheer and support because I love seeing my brother play. Kind of just makes me happy, like from him going to that guy who always used to sleep in his bed, just watch my games on his tablet, eat food, still takes naps all the time. But
Yes.
I just like watching him play. Like it really makes me happy that he's like using his athletic abilities. He's like he's doing something, and it just makes me happy to look at.
That's good. That's good. Good support. Yeah, both need each other. And like I always tell you, you both need each other. No matter what you're doing, you need each other. And then I'm gonna ask you this question: Is it a lot of pressure for you, Trey, that you have a mom and a dad that both played sports and actually were good at sports? Do you feel like this is a lot of pressure on you, or do you feel like, oh, it's just normal? I'm okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say like I wouldn't say it's a lot of pressure, no, because like what I do, like you've always told me that like I didn't need to play sports because you've already done this, and like how like a lot of parents like live through their kids and everything, but you don't have to do that with me. So I kind of just go out there, play, have fun, obviously work hard and keep doing my job, trying to beat out these other kids. But like I don't really have a lot of pressure. And even if I did, it's better to have some pressure on you than like none at all. So
Good answer. Jayden, do you feel the same way that the pressure from me, your mom, your brother, and then you got to go out there and perform um, at a level that try to get the respect that you probably think that we giving more to Trey?
I don't really feel that pressure with most of my sports that I play. I feel it mostly with basketball, then volleyball or track, because you guys don't really care about when I do track. You guys just show up and watch me run. But for basketball,
That is not true. That is not true. We care. We love and support you no matter what you do. I ran track. I just stopped. I didn't want to do it no more because that wasn't my thing. I did baseball. I just didn't feel like running in a circle. Like I didn't want to do that. Like I thought that was boring. Just like Trey said, it was too hot to play in the outfield or it was boring. That was boring to me to run around. I thought all I gotta do is beat this kid for 100 meters. That's it. Or I can beat him. That's easy. So I didn't want to do that no more. So I just decided to not do track at all. Like I played baseball, basketball, football, soccer, and I did volleyball. I did all that. It just wasn't something. Volleyball we did because we had gym classes. In our classes, you could do they let you pick a sport sometimes. Like it was basketball this season, it was volleyball another season, you know. So we had no choice but to play these sports. And then you got to remember, a lot of my family is Caribbean, so I had to go play soccer. So we went and we played soccer. So I learned how to play everything. I just chose to do basketball and baseball. Those are my two primary sports. I did football, but I didn't ever put on no equipment. So when I see Trey out there in equipment, I'm like, man, that's crazy. You know, one of my good friends who just joined, Jimmy Yu, the childhood friend, he can tell you all the sports that I played because he was right there next to me. You know, but don't think that we don't care when we come out. We care. And I think y'all both know me very well. When I come watch you both play, where do I sit? Do I sit away near people or I'm away from everybody?
that depends.
you're always away from everyone.
I'm away because I'm watching you guys.
Well, that's at like Trey's JV games. When you come to my game, you're sitting like right on the sideline and everyone's behind you.
Well, because I want you to hear me. I can't. If I sit up top, then you can't hear me, and then I can get your attention. You know, if you remember Trey's 7th grade games, I used to sit in the front. But I want you to hear me because I know that's a new sport for you. So I want you to hear if I'm telling you what to do, because the coaches are going to give you just a minimum of advice. I'm going to tell you how to get to the spots that they're not telling you because they don't have time to work with you on these things, is what I'm saying. So that's why I sit right there in the front for you. Trey, I sit away because I don't want to hear everybody talking. I just don't. You know, I don't want to hear it. Even at your volleyball games, sometimes I still think you and your brother still turning to look for me sometimes. And I'll be like, I'm there, but I don't want y'all to be focused on me. You don't need my approval. Like you guys are good no matter what you do. I don't care. My main thing is as long as you leave the game injury-free, I'm fine with that. I can live and die by that. But don't think we don't care. We care when you go to your track meets. I want you to win. I just don't want you to be behind that dude that keep making you lose all the time, man. You know, that get me mad. But like even they let you run the 100 and then they put you in something and then they made you go race again. You just raced. You're not gonna have the same energy. So we there to support you no matter what you guys do. We're there to support and give our assistance any way possible. That's why I try to send text messages when I can, if I can't be there. Just to let you know I'm always thinking about what you guys do because I care at the end of the day. You represent your last name is a representation no matter what you do, the way you carry yourselves. So, Jayden, you can finish your answer. I'm sorry. About the pressure.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
It was about the pressure of
I feel pressure from you during basketball because I know that you like wanted me to play basketball for a really long time and stuff like that. And then I feel pressure from mom when it comes to volleyball because she's always there. She's always trying to give me tips and she wants me to get better. She does what you do, but for volleyball. She's always sitting right on the sidelines. She'll tell me to swing higher, swing faster, stuff like that.
We pick and choose our sports, man. We're not gonna go. We pick and choose. But no matter what you guys do, we happy. We support you guys. I mean, we couldn't be more happy than you and Jayden. The fact that you decided to pick a sport, that's exciting in itself. Being a student, you both were always great students. You're still great students. I think you're going to always be great students. You don't realize you got a lot of people who follow and watch what you guys do. You guys are just a representation of me and your mom, as well as the family you have around you. And believe it or not, you have a supporting cast that's out there that's more than willing to help any way they possibly can for you guys. Trey, and this is a question for both of you guys, so you can pick and choose who wants to answer. In today's school, I've seen a lot of kids. I've had kids that I've coached go through depression, go through stressful situations in school, trying to fit into certain groups. Do you guys have a problem with trying to fit in, or you think that kids don't like you or any way like that, or you feel like you try to get them to like you? Do you guys feel like y'all have any issues with that?
No. No, not really, because most kids, I'm a likable person. So I have a lot of friends, yeah, but there's always going to be some kids that don't like me, like on the basketball team. Like the fact that I made the basketball team made a lot of kids not like me because they think I took their spot from last year. I only got moved up because I made it because I'm Trey's brother. Coaches only like me because I'm his brother.
Privileges has its advantages. That's their fault.
I mean, I don't care. There's always going to be a few people that don't like me. So
right.
Can't worry about the few when I have the many backing me up.
But you don't have no issues. You don't have no issues with people like trying to bully you or anything like that, right? Because I know you got. Let me see your hand, Jayden. Let me see your hand. Yeah.
No, nobody's trying to bully me. No one would try that.
Oh, okay. I like that one. I like that one better. Trey, what's up with you? Do you have that? You feel like you got to fit into a certain group to people to get you to like you, or you cool with just who you are?
Nah, I feel like I'm fine because people, as I've been told, like by like a couple like parents and like obviously by you, like people like naturally gravitate towards me. So, and like the more I get better at sports, the more I just do well at the stuff I do. Like the more people are obviously gonna want to be around me. So, even if some people don't like me, it kind of is what it is. I really just go about my day. I always have my headphones on, so like it doesn't really matter if people don't like me, because if you don't like me, then I like we don't need to talk or anything. And I know I know a lot of people. I know people from my grades above. Like people like me, so I don't really have to worry about anyone not liking me like now, because I'm always with my friends. So
someone used to tell me last year that Trey's so athletic it makes me want to punch him. I was like.
What that even mean? It was my fault, bro.
It was because like in athletics they were like running and apparently Trey was in front doing it so effortlessly while everybody was dragging behind.
That's what people tell. One of my friends always tells me, he's like, when I'm sprinting, he said it always looks like I'm jogging. I was like, what? I don't get it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. You both are athletic in your own way. I mean, everybody who has a brother or a sister one take on that one specific athleticism, and the other one just cruises. And I'll give you a perfect example. Y'all know Jacob and Katie, right?
Mhm.
Jacob was the basketball, soccer. He was taller. Katie was just so determined. Like she had to work twice as hard just to get, notice and respect. And Jacob just flew on through. You know what I'm saying? But Katie was the one that was. Jacob is more like, I'm cool. I'm all right. Katie's like, I want to be this. I want to be that. And that's for anybody. I think with Trey, with his athleticism, yes, he doesn't really have to work too much harder than the average person. Jayden, you actually had to put in some work, and look where you at because you put in that work. Let's prove it. Oh, Stan said Katie is on her way to play volleyball. See, she's on her way to play volleyball. So that's what I'm saying. So the work ethic is different than both of you. Trey is just the more. I don't have to do it today, and then Jayden is like, I got to practice 3 times out the week. Trey is like, I'm just going to go to practice for 1 hour, and I'm good for the rest of the day, and that's him. But if Trey's having a bad game, that pisses him off, and he knows he has to put in more work. Jayden, the same thing with you. Just like when you did that volleyball game and you wanted to serve, and I guess you messed up on that one serve, and I know how it is because you put so much pressure on yourself in everything you do because you want to be perfect. And to see you break down like that, it broke me down because I don't like to see you like that. And that's why I went to you and I told you, hey, don't worry about it. And what you guys don't know, when you guys go through something, and I know you guys are hurting, it breaks me down too because I don't never want to see you like that. Because even there's moments where I want to break down, like I can't be around you. I have to stay dad, like, because then if something's wrong with me, you guys are dad. Now you're not worried about anything else. So I always make sure to try to be positive to you guys and give you that conversation to let you know, no matter what's going on out there, you guys can always be better than the average person that's out there. You're better than the average person anyway, just because who you are. So I don't never worry about that. So let me ask you guys this. So Trey, did you pick out any colleges yet?
I mean, I don't really. You got like a 5. Like, there's obviously a whole bunch of good colleges around the world.
Uh-huh.
I mean, around the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really have like a top 5. I mean, I guess I can name like 3, like off the top of my head that I want to go to. But that's really it.
What's the 3 you want to go to?
It would probably be like Syracuse, like Oregon and Baylor.
Oregon and Baylor.
Syracuse, and UNC as well.
Why you picked UNC?
I don't know. UNC has always just been like something we just talked about like a kid, so it kind of just stuck with me. So
tell the truth, it's because of me, right?
Yeah, sure.
Because that's my team, UNC. Jayden, what schools you thinking about?
I kind of don't want to go that far from Texas, so I wanted to go to Texas A&M or like
UT,
yeah, because they both have men's volleyball.
Oh, okay.
And then if I go like out of state, if I had to go out of state, then I would want to go to USC, Penn State, or UCLA because they have really good volleyball teams. Or Long Beach because they have really good volleyball teams.
Man, that's crazy.
Florida, California.
And then
some good schools.
Actually, this Thursday, we're going to. So I have a tournament in Austin this weekend, and
do you?
Yeah, and we leave. I thought you knew. I sent you a schedule.
No, I know.
But when we get there on Thursday, Mom signed me up. I'm going to like a clinic where we're getting like coached by like college coaches for UCLA and USC and stuff like that. because they're going to be there. We're going to watch their games because the college coaches are going to be there because their teams are competing in the tournament in Austin.
Okay. All right. Maybe you can impress one of them coaches. They can give you a little offer early.
Maybe.
Trey, so what you think about AAU basketball and school basketball? What is the difference between the two?
I would just say, so when I'm talking about school basketball, I feel like it's obviously slower because like kids are more on like that level is still like going up through ranks, and obviously that's how it is in AAU. But obviously AAU is where the best of the best is at, and like that's where like all the circuits is, where all the good kids are at. Obviously, like in school, like you won't see a lot of like amazing, like really talented kids. You'll probably see like a couple in every few. Like AAU, you're probably gonna see talented kids like every game, like big kids, like real fast guards, really good forwards, kids with like a lot of height. They can still move, like they aren't like absolutely slow.
Mm-hmm.
Like a whole bunch of Duncan's gonna be going on this AAU season. So it's kind of just like it's way slower than what you would think. And it just makes it easier to play for school ball. Like once it gets to AAU, everything's going to speed up. Like that's when individual skills come more into play. So,
Jayden, you had the chance to play rec volleyball, and now you're playing on a travel team volleyball. What's the difference between the two?
Rec like PSA volleyball was very slow. It was slower than how I got used to playing a little slow. So I was surprised when I showed up at club tryouts and saw the boy because I hadn't played with people my age. So I saw them and they were playing very fast. I wasn't really used to it. I ended up getting used to it, and now I play fast. If I could go back to play PSA volleyball, I would, because I think it would be fun.
Okay.
Just to see how much like I developed and stuff like that.
Well, you always can. Well, I know your schedule's kind of packed, but you can always have, whenever you have downtime, maybe you can try to get on a PSA team, and if you want to play, that's just an option if it's there. If you can fit it in your schedule, of course. Because I'm pretty sure you don't have tournaments every weekend, but when you don't have a tournament, and if you want to stay sharp, maybe you can get on one of those PSA teams. If they're still allowing, if that's an option. Trey, you've been coached by a lot of different coaches. I've coached you since 5th grade. And then some of these other coaches have coached you. What is the difference between a lot of these coaches and myself, if you don't put that out there?
I don't know. I feel like it goes on terms of like respect, because obviously I respect you more because you're my father, but I also respect all my other coaches a lot. And it also goes into like a term of like depth of relationships, obviously, because as you're my father, we have a deeper bond than I will with any other coach, as I've been with you my whole entire life, and I've probably been with them like at least like a couple years, couple months. So it allows me to like play more freely. Obviously I know what I have to do and like what you expect from me, but it allows me I know I can make mistakes. I just have to like fix for them. Obviously, keep doing well, like just keep going, at least like just don't put your head down and stuff. But like obviously with other coaches, like you got to be more worried about mistakes. Like you just got to do the right thing, and obviously like bright ideas, and you kind of have like a lot more creativity than other coaches, because as you've seen, like you said yourself, that like you draw plays just off seeing what defense runs, but like most coaches have like set offenses and like set plays. Like with you, we don't really have any of that. Like we used to, but we don't do anything anymore. So it's kind of just like inbound plays.
Is that a bad thing? Because we don't do it anymore.
Because like a lot of people like on film, like if you're like a high school coach on film, like you can't really go off of like set plays because like if you were a high school coach, we wouldn't have any. You
Mhm.
just run a bunch of stuff, so you can't really like determine what a team does. You'd be like, okay, let's study this on film. Like you can't study it because like we could do it in one game and probably wouldn't even run it the next game. So
Yeah, yeah.
and then so it kind of just becomes like terms of creativity and fun. Like I always know, like even if we're losing big, like you aren't those type of coaches to like be like yelling at us because like we've seen before, like we obviously lost like games like by a lot, and like you just give like a little talk, like just give everyone don't put your head down, like it's fine, like just keep playing because like at the end of the day, it's just basketball, right? It's just like a sport that we're doing. It's not like it's like life or death or like if we do this we won't succeed in anything, like because we're always gonna have more games, especially at this age, like right now you're always gonna have more games. And it just becomes on like a term of that, just depth of relationship, creativity, and how much fun that we're having. So
I think when coaching you. The one thing I think I had asked you this before. I said, "Did you mind me coaching you?" Because I didn't want to lose that bond that we do have. Because it's hard as a dad, and knowing that your son is playing, and then knowing that your son's good, and then you got other parents who feel like I might favor you a little bit. But I think I'm harder on you than I am on anybody because of the expectations. The freelance plays, the one thing I've always told you as being a point guard, I've learned to just read every defense that's possible because for every defense, there's an offense that can beat it. There's an offense that can beat it. You just got to have the right players. And I always feel like I got the right players. We just got to make the right decisions. So if we ran an out of bounds, I remember in the last tournament we played, I said, watch this out of bounds play, and we're going to score off of it because the other team, the other coach, he's bonehead, and I know I can beat him. He's not paying attention. And then we ran the play, and we got a 3-pointer out of it. And that's not from practicing together. That's just you go here, you go here. I'm going to tell you what to do. That comes from playing a lot of basketball, playing with a lot of great players, a lot of great people that's on here. Levi will tell you that. Your Uncle Levi will tell you that. Your Uncle Quincy will tell you that. Like, there's a lot of people that's out here that we played against that are really good. We just outsmarted them by thinking. It gave us fun. Yeah, we can take it serious because who wants to lose, But at the end of the day, we still got to come back tomorrow. We got another game. And that's always been my focus. You got tomorrow. Because if I let you get down for that one moment, you're going to carry that over to the next game. You can't carry that over to the next game because I need you for that next game. So that's why I've always kept those speeches together. And I got that from my coaches that I played with. That's how they always taught me. Jayden, do you feel like you missed out because I don't coach you?
No.
No.
I mean, you coach basketball. That's not my main sport, so I don't feel like that I missed out on anything.
You want me to get a volleyball team?
That'd be fun.
I don't know nothing about volleyball, dude. I'll be out there just Jayden, you coach the team. I'll just tell me what I need to do,
Yeah.
That'll be fun, But whatever I tell you, Bo, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I don't change up because of the sport. I just give you the same type of motivation. I used to have this thing for Trey, but I try to give it to you, Jayden, but you don't, like, what's your number? What's your name? Who's the best on the floor? And go out there and show them. When you leave the court, let them know who your number is when you leave the floor. I think I tried that with you a couple of times, Jayden, and he was like, "Dad, I don't want to say that." A couple of times I've said that to you. You don't remember that?
Nah.
Okay, but it's fine. I'll do it now. So maybe you let's start remembering it. That'll probably be something that we'll just share to ourselves. If there was some advice you can give to another brother combo like you two in your situation that had a brother that was this person and a brother that was in this person. Jayden, what advice would you give that person if you had to ask, if they came to you and say, how do you handle being a brother to Trey?
Just my name's not Trey. Your name's not the name of your brother. You're two completely different people who make completely different decisions, live kind of different lives. Just make your own path, and maybe you'll be great or even better.
That's fair. Trey?
Oh, just give love, like support what he does, just like how he used to support you, and just be glad that you can finally like share like that y'all both do sports and y'all can both finally do something together. Like Jayden, like even like we got practice, like he'd shoot sometimes and like we'd go play volleyball. Like just enjoy those little moments that y'all have together when y'all do try the same stuff. So yeah, that's really it. Just don't take it for granted.
Yeah, because I've seen you guys play volleyball together. I watched that. I think I got one more race in me to see who's faster. So I think we need to get this over with before the spring or the summer. Us three. I got one more good race. Maybe we can do the 40.
You're gonna end up in the hospital.
We're racing the 40, and then I'm not doing 100. That's not gonna work. I'm not gonna do that. I might pass out before the 100. But I think I can beat y'all in the 40. I'm pretty sure of that. So do we want to set this race up?
Sure.
I'm not scared to try the 100. Just because you do the 100, Jayden, don't mean you can.
Listen, I know that I'm probably not going to beat Trey in a race, but I could probably beat you.
Oh, I thought you were going to say can beat me. You know what I'm saying?
I can.
That's what he said. He said that he can't.
I can beat you. I just can't beat Trey, so I'm okay with second.
That's what he said.
In this case scenario, this is the only time I'll ever be okay with second.
As soon as it get warm, we're going to the track.
Uh-huh.
I hate running. Okay.
When it gets warm, we're going to the track. We're going to film this. We're going to nobody can say, oh, you cheated. You started early. You started late. Because I beat Trey, and he still says I cheated.
I actually would have beat him, but I had to hit the thing, actually.
I hit the wall, too.
Yeah, I hit it, too, and it didn't go off. So I had to go back.
That sounds like a personal issue. You need to take that up. You need to take
That's
that up.
That's usually my fault. That's just technology being technology. So
okay. Well, we're gonna settle this debate once and for all in the race, and then we'll go from there. Before we close out, anything you guys want to talk about that you feel like we didn't discuss when it came to sports or school or the bullying? Anything else? What do you guys got coming up?
Tournament this weekend. I have practice tomorrow. I have a basketball game on Monday. I have volleyball practice on Tuesday. I have basketball practice on Wednesday. I leave on Thursday for the tournament.
I just have practice and I have my game on Tuesday. Just got school in between. Life is pretty simple.
If you have your game on Tuesday, that means Connor's mom is bringing you home.
So you got the AAU stuff. That's not until March, probably.
Yeah, our first tournament's like in March.
Yeah, I know ours is too. Yeah. I'm gonna have to schedule out tomorrow. So, who's schedule gonna come first?
I think Jayden's schedule's already out, right?
For what?
No, I'm talking about when you do AAU. Whose schedule comes first? Mine's or the other team?
Oh, probably yours.
I wouldn't do that to you. You know that. We'll figure it out one way or the other. because I definitely need you to play on some bigger tournaments this year. Jayden, I need for him to get in some bigger, things going into ninth grade, strong. So we do have a goal for both of you guys. We just have to put those things in place. We're not going to rush Jayden. Trey, you about to be a sophomore next year, so you already got to pretend your season's just started, but it's almost over. So you got to get ready. You got to be thinking that you're a sophomore, thinking as a junior now. We got to be putting more things on the plate. So be prepared to have a busy schedule. Jayden, you'll be coming into a freshman, so you got to get ready to be doing freshman type things and be on freshman type level, but you got to be thinking as a sophomore. Yeah, so your skill level got to be jumped up another notch now. You know what I'm saying? So, and we know you both can do it. If we didn't think you both can do it, we wouldn't put you in the situation that you're in. And I just want y'all to remember, you have a lot of outlets. You have a lot of outlets. You have a lot of people you can talk to if you choose to talk to them. Me and your mom's going to always be there, but just understand you have a lot of outlets. Every outlet is not a good outlet. Always continue to talk to me and your mom about whatever. And I mean whatever. Doesn't matter what it is. And then we just go from there. All right. Anything else you want to say to the fans? Because you got some fans on here. People saying what's up to you. And
I mean, thanks for listening, I guess.
JJ?
Thank you for supporting us. And like everything we've done so far, even when I decided not to do sports, some people still gave me money for my grades, which I appreciate.
Well, you was going to always get money for your grades. We knew that was going to happen. We wasn't going to give Trey no money for grades. We knew what his grades were going to be like. So it was up in the air.
Your grades look like
they're not even bad.
I know they're not. They're good, actually really good. I'm very proud.
90 is bad.
I mean, everyone has different standards.
Show everybody those A60 hoodies if you got them in front of you. You got them in front of you?
Mine's in my room.
Go get it. You got to show them. You got to be the marketing guys, man. You got to be the marketing. Come on.
Yeah. It's fine. I got mine right here, so.
You got to tell everybody to get those A60 hoodies, that A60 brand, and kid sizes, all different flavors.
All different flavors.
Yeah, we got blue, we got red, white. Yeah, good job, guys. There you go. You guys are my models. Yeah. All right, Trey.
What? I was just telling you.
All right, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Trey, you gonna watch some football this weekend today?
Well, who plays? Oh, yeah, Ravens and someone plays today, right? Ravens, Texans?
Yeah, and I think somebody else played earlier. The Texans. I think and
I thought Ravens, Texans played.
No, that's later on tonight. Ravens, Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
But somebody plays at 3:30. Yeah. Do you have any tag names where people can check your Snap or your IG pages? How people need to reach you guys?
I do.
I mean, I got Instagram. I wouldn't have people like contact me on like Snapchat or anything.
I post my highlights on Instagram.
All right, what's your Instagram page, Trey, so people can come check your page if they want to watch? Because I know you post clips of your games. Tell them tell them where they can reach. If they want to catch clips of you, either in basketball or football, your IG page is what?
My IG page is like JSS and then Trey, all lowercase. I've only posted like football clips. That's really it, and just 2 basketball clips. But I plan on making more eventually. Like I'm actually gonna start posting a little bit.
Tell them your Instagram page again.
My Instagram is JSS Trey, all lowercase. So you follow me.
All right. What's your Snap page?
I'd rather not do Snapchat.
Okay, cool. You said no. Okay. Jayden, what's your Instagram page?
It's Xavier_Pierce 124, all lowercase.
Spell Xavier for the people who don't know how to spell.
XAVIER_PIERCE 124. I have my team in my bio, my positions, the year I graduate, and I post some of my volleyball clips, and I'll post more as the season goes on.
All right. All right. Anything else you want to say to the people before we log off?
Just have a nice day.
Yeah.
All right, boys. I'll call you guys later.
Okay, Dad.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
no problem.
Bye. See ya. All right, everybody. I thought that was a fun interview I did with my boys. The way to start off 2025, interviewing my boys, a lot of things that they're going through, a lot of things that we talk about as kids, growing up with parents, that played sports or didn't play sports, a lot of pressure on these young kids today. And we got to be more supportive as parents and be more understanding about what they're going through, trying to be everything we want them to be for us. And we need to just always be available to them, be there and available to them, no matter what they got going on. Sports is great. School always come first, but we just got to make sure they understand that we are there for them no matter what may be going on and what any situation. So in saying that, let's continue to support our young men, young women, kids that do multiple sports, and they need guidance and they need good direction. And let's make sure we get in the proper information no matter what it is. Let's make sure we're reaching out to the proper channels to get that information out to them. So in saying that, I want everybody to continue to stay warm, stay inside. The road's a little slick, and be safe this weekend. A60 will be back. Enjoy the rest of your day.